All right, preparing to stream. All right, great day, everyone. Jerisha Hawk here, income strategist and founder of the Goal Getter Group, where we help women who work a 9-to-5 build a business on the side. I am super excited about today because I have one of my absolute favorite clients with me, Ticora Davis. And we're going to be talking about really what her experience has been like being a Goal Getter member, but she's also in the Goal Getter Elite program. So I just want you guys to have an opportunity to learn more about who she is and what her story is, why she chose to join Goal Getter Elite, and really some results she's already been experiencing, and the program hasn't even officially started yet. So just a high-level overview for those who don't know what Goal Getter Elite is. Goal Getter Elite really it's a 6-month mastermind helping women create a 6-figure business. And it's like I'm in a position right now in my own business where that's where my business is going, and the sense of freedom that I've been recently feeling, it's like more women should be experiencing this, where they're able to really turn their ideas and what like God has really placed on their heart to do, and how do you scale and increase that impact so we can be more of service out to the world and to others that we care about and to our communities. And it was just placed on my heart to like, Jay, you got to start playing bigger and supporting other women and taking their business to the next level. So that's really how this whole mastermind even got started. But Ticora was one of the first people who joined, and she was like, girl, I'm in, let's go, let's make it happen. And I just want you guys to hear her story and just learn about why she joined and just what's going on with her. Because I think it's by no coincidence that she's been experiencing the results she has been experiencing. And I think it's just a nice foreshadow of just even more of what's to come. So Ticora, let everybody know who you are, what you do, and really how you serve and help women through your business.
Definitely. So some of you may be familiar with me, some may not, but I'm Ticora Davis. I'm the creator's lawyer, and I own the creator's law firm. I actually opened my law firm almost 6 months ago, so around January 12th. So it'll be my 6-month anniversary in a couple days, which is exciting. And, yay! So I help entrepreneurs build, grow, and protect their business by providing them with luxury legal service. And what I mean by luxury legal service is helping them with their business law, trademarks, copyrights, contracts, and then creating an intellectual property plan for their business. Most entrepreneurs, especially creatives who have an online business, people are selling more digital products. They are creating courses and classes, and this is really helping with passive income and reliable passive income and really changing the lives of people. And when you have dynamic programs like Bucks with Income or, the different things that Jerisha is doing, that these types of programs are susceptible to being taken or kind of co-opted, and then somebody else could maybe cross the line of inspiration and duplicate them. So we don't want certain things like that to happen. And so I'll be working with Jerisha to make sure that her intellectual property is protected. And it's really the same thing that we need to do. Typically, your IP is between 40 and 90% of the value of your business. And when you have someone who's strictly online and they're doing a lot of coaching or mainly courses and creating this content, that intellectual property goes up. And so there needs to be a path to protection. And so I really help people do those types of things. So it's exciting work.
Yes, it is. Ticora is actually helping me right now with my trademarks, and I'm just like,
this content, that intellectual property goes up. And so there needs to be a path to protect.
So yeah, my bad. I think that I had a little feedback there, but I'm really excited. So Ticora is actually doing my trademarking right now, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm about to be like a real business.
Yeah, it's getting real.
About to get all the way real. So one thing I want to give everybody kind of a background on even how we met. So as some of you guys know, I have a monthly membership group called the Goal Getter Group, and we have industry guest experts come in every month to teach a different topic to the women on how to basically grow and scale their business. And Ticora is actually going to be our guest expert this month in July, talking about how to protect our businesses by having a trademark. So I had done a post probably like late last year asking and trying to find amazing industry experts to come in and facilitate a training for my women. And Ticora was one of the amazing women who signed up and was like, I'm all for this. Like, I want to be able to serve and help other creative business owners protect themselves. And I felt like it was just a match made in heaven. and she became a monthly member. I became a client of hers. She's also my Goal Getter Elite program. So it's just been awesome just how it even came to be. But Ticora, can you kind of give some information in regards to, so you're in the monthly membership group, but really what inspired you or like sparked you to say, I need to be playing at a bigger level. I need to be in Goal Getter Elite?
Right. Well, I will take it even a step further back and say how I started in the accountability group. So I joined the accountability group, I believe, at the beginning of this year. And I was in that group for about 4 months, I believe. And even after I had an interaction with you and agreed to be a guest expert, you know, I joined the accountability group. And then just you being so present and, you know, the content you were providing and just being there and live and really being supportive, I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then making the decision to join the monthly membership group, it just seemed very natural to me because I almost felt like you courted me. And I keep saying, I was like, Teresa courted me for like 4 months. You know, it really was like that. It was like, wow. And you built trust. And I was like, she's authentic, she's genuine, she's consistent. Because I see so many people online who are popping up and saying they're coaches and they have, you know, consultants and they're strategists and they're all these little fancy names that people just really make up. But they have no real results, you know, and they are inconsistent. And it's like, well, I thought you were this person who I could depend on, and I can't even remember who you are. And so then making that transition to the paid monthly membership group, I was like, oh my gosh, with the investment just of $49 a month, I was getting all these past masterminds. I was doing so many different things. And then just seeing like, you know, how can I set goals and really hold someone accountable? And then just how active you were in that group, I noticed that there was a significant difference between the level of, you know, one-on-one attention that you gave us in the paid mastermind and in the accountability group. You do great in the accountability group, but I almost felt like, well, I have more access to you. And then taking advantage of, I think I had a free coaching call. And that little snippet just let me see I can make some really powerful transitions in my business just by being on the phone with you, I think for like 40 minutes. And that was amazing. And I started to look at other people who are doing amazing things and realizing that I need to make this investment in myself. I say all the time, and I'm manifesting it, that I have a multi-million-dollar law firm. I say that all the time, and that my law firm will be a place that will employ men and women who want to have families, and they won't have be penalized for that. Because I was fired from the previous firm after I had my son. I was fired because I had a baby, and I share that story often. And so that really shaped the way that the legacy I want to leave in my law firm. But if I don't really have a clear path to get there, then that is an issue. I don't have time to waste because I want to be a good steward of my time. I don't have time to try to wait 5-10 years to figure this thing out. I'm trying to learn the rules, know what it's like. I need to learn from somebody who's doing it and getting real results. And I knew that I was worth the investment. So that's why I decided to make the investment in myself. You know, you as my coach. So that's why.
Thank you, Ticora. It's so like, thank you for saying that. I've never like, you know, it's nice to hear it on the back end, but I love the fact that you've been doing this for 6 months. And a lot of people will say like, you've only been doing this for 6 months and this is where you're at in your business. And this is where you're even investing in your business. I think it goes to show though, like, look at the results that you're getting and like, look how radically your business is like quickly evolving where you are able to get even closer to that $1 million business. So just like major kudos to you for not saying like, oh, I haven't been doing this long enough. Like I have to wait until I'm another year in or 5 years in for me to really like start investing in myself and seeking out expert advice and expert support to actually help me get to the next level.
Right. To me, it's like, okay, if somebody's doing it and they have the blueprint and they're going to give you the support, and then I'm going to be around other people who are like-minded, that's going to make all the difference in the world. Because it's difficult to turn to a family or friend or even my husband, you know, even though he has an MBA and he really helps in terms of business strategy, oftentimes he is not yet an entrepreneur. That's what he wants. So that's an eventual goal of his, but I need to be connected with people who have the right mindset, because otherwise I'm turning to people who have not done it. And so if you turn to someone to your left and your right and neither of them are where you want to go, I need to be able to position myself and put myself amongst people who are actually on the path to get there.
I completely agree with you on that. And I think I want to just like sit on this point for a moment, because really when I reached out and actually hired a business coach, and like now I'm in a mastermind and I have business besties and I have like that supportive community, it's amazing the difference I'm seeing in my business growth, both like my personal growth development, but as well as my career, my business growth development, and how quickly it skyrocketed. Because you can't build, like, there's no way, I don't know anybody out here building multiple 6-figure businesses, $1 million businesses alone.
Right.
Like, if anybody knows anybody who out here building $1 million business by themselves, like, I want to know who they are so I can go work with them. Like, I don't know anybody doing it. But I think at the same time, like, you're not meant to build a business by yourself. Like, it takes a village. There's a lot of personal mindset work that you have to work through. There's fears and doubts and worries that pop up. You need people like Jordan. We were having tech issues. That's a business bestie of mine. She's fellow swoop, came in with the Zoom link. Like, you need that support more than anything, but to be able to bounce ideas off of somebody else to help you think bigger and think more strategically about what you're doing. No worries. Like, you need that. And it's like, I'm actually like building a income report right now. And it's so interesting to see every time I made an investment in my business, my income that month spiked. And you can clearly see, like, oh, she invested then. And I just think it's by no coincidence that that's happening. So really, like I said, Ticora is already experiencing amazing results, which, like, we haven't even officially started the program yet. So the program kicks off in August. We're still nailing down details, but we're going to be having an in-person live mastermind retreat, which I'm super excited about, at some luxury mansion place. All the women are going to be hosted and not have to worry about travel or anything, but we're going to be creating a multiple 6-figure strategy together in person. And Ticora, I just want you to like share, you can share as much as you like in regards to when you actually committed and said, yes, I'm in the program, kind of what we talked about and what results you're already experiencing and seeing before the program even started. Just you committing to yourself saying, I'm in, what you've been able to notice.
Right. Okay. So when I got on the phone with Jerisha, we were talking about it, and it's funny because I was like, yeah, so I don't even really like set income goals. And she was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, yeah, typically I'll make like $4,000 a month, like, general. And it's not like, oh, I'm not trying. I am trying. And I would just kind of had no clear strategy. And she was like, okay. She snatched my edges.
With love. I
was like, ow. And then she was like, okay, look, the month of June, you need to make a goal of here. This is how much money you're going to make this month. And I think I was like, well, my goal is $4,500. And that I made a clear strategy of how I was going to get there. And then I was like, you know what? No, I really need to hit 6,000. And I did that. And then for the month of July, it's higher, significantly higher. And just having that goal and having the plan to get there, I was able to hit it. And I'm not going to say it was easy, but just shifting my mindset of having just that goal, it's like things just started manifesting, and there are some other things that have happened I haven't even told you about yet that are helping me to get to where I need to get to July, which is amazing. You guys, like, when I said, okay, this is a type of life, because Jerisha had me do an exercise, and I sat down and I spoke with my husband. I was like, what type of life do I want to have? And of course, there were some tangible things that I want to enjoy, but there were other things like, how much does it cost for me to pay somebody's rent for a year? And their rent might be $550 a month. So I had to figure out, well, what does that look like? How much money do I want to give to my church? So if I have all of these things in my mind, or I want my little son, my cute little baby, I want to get him a Tesla, like, because I can, and because I want to be a little extra. Why can't I do that for my baby? I can do that, because I would like to have a Tesla too. That's, I guess, my dream car. And then really seeing, okay, what type of lifestyle do I want to have? But then also, how do I want to give back? What does that look like? And I could have all these dreams. And there have been times where my husband and I will find out that someone in our church is hurting financially, or they might have a speeding ticket, they can't pay it, or it's difficult to come up with rent. And the heart that we have is like, I really wish that we had enough money in savings to just be able to be like, I'm going to take care of your rent for the next month or 2 months or 3 months or for the remainder of the year. Because that's the type of wealth that we would like to have in order to be able to bless somebody. And I'm really fueled by that. Not so much, oh, I want to get my son a Tesla, but more so, how can I really give back to the people who are hurting and in need in my community? And I feel like the quicker I can get there, the better I can be used by God to fulfill my God-given purpose. And so that's important to me, to have not only the accountability, the coaching, to be with like-minded people, and then have and experience the results, just not even officially starting the program, but just kind of the excitement and gearing up towards it. And then making the decision in my mind to change my mind to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Too often I would kind of, it's good to be a good steward over your finances, but there has to be times where you make the investment in yourself. And the more that I learn about other multimillionaires, the more that I'm finding out that that's exactly what they're doing. Because let's be real, entrepreneurship, at least in the Black community, is not something that's been passed down generationally. When people were entrepreneurs in our community, they were penalized for it. Not to get too political, but the number one group of people that were lynched in Jim Crow era were Black business owners. That's amazing. And so if you think about the psychological effects that has on a group of people, some people are a little afraid to pursue entrepreneurship. So with that in mind, I know that I need someone who has the playbook. And it's okay if Jerisha is not a lawyer. I don't have to just go to somebody who's an attorney to really help me. One, because I'm not trying to build my business like a traditional lawyer. And I'm not trying to do business the way everybody else does it. I need somebody who's got the juice, as Jerisha said.
Got the juice, hey!
Right, and really make the investment. And I know I'm going to get a return on my investment because, the price is scary. But I'm like, okay, but I'm worth it. And if I can invest in myself and get a return on my investment that's 10 times more, 3 times more, then it's worth it. That's how I feel.
So I want us to, one, I love the fact that you brought up the political statistics around that. I've been doing a lot of research about just minorities starting businesses, especially Black women. And I think it's really interesting the time we're at right now in society where you see Black women particularly graduating at a higher rate than other races, other genders with educational degrees. And we're leaning into these corporate institutions, but you still see such a lack of representation of women in higher level leadership roles.
Right.
At the same time that that's happening, you're seeing more Black women leaving corporate America, or maybe not fully leaving, but choosing to start their own business. And we're starting businesses at a quicker rate than anybody else as well. But the caveat, we make the least amount of money.
Right.
Black women on average make $20,000 a year as small business owners, which was mind blowing to me because it's like, we hungry, we are more educated, we're starting businesses at a quicker rate, but we're not creating profitable businesses.
Right.
Or we're starting businesses that turn into expensive hobbies.
Right. And I don't have time for that. Right. So that's not my testimony. So I don't.
Not at all.
I don't have time to sit here and try to be the strong Black woman because that's something that we're shouldered with. I don't need help. I can figure it out on my own. No, I need help. I'm going to humble myself. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to make sure that I invest in someone who can really help me get to the place where I need to go and really take my business to a higher level, and I know I can't do that by myself. I really just can't. Like, it doesn't make sense. And it helps to be able to turn to somebody and, have them really help get you there. And I'm okay with making the investment. Why? Because it incentivizes Jerisha to give me her best. And I want her best because in turn, then I'll be able to put that into my business and then get it. Because otherwise people are like, oh, why I got to pay for everything? No, look, you can't get the juice for free. You can't. At least that's how I feel.
I think it's dead. I think it's dead on true. And I think the interesting thing is like about our dynamic with building businesses. Sometimes I know a lot of women in the Goal Getter group sometimes struggle with charging not only their worth, but charging what does the payment need to be for your client to show up the way they need to show up to actually do the work to get the results?
Yeah.
And how much do you need to be earning for you to fully show up, fully energized, and like with everything that you need to do to fully support your client?
Right.
And I know there's a lot of times there's a huge disconnect in that. And even like when I first got started, I was way undercharging my prices. And I felt like I was burning myself out and I was getting drained. And it's just like, I can't, one, I'm never going to build a profitable business like this. And two, I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to run myself ragged. And like, so for all of these reasons is really why the Goal Getter Elite Mastermind even is in existence. Because one, I'd be damned if I am in presence of other amazing women and we're creating businesses that are only making $20,000 a year. Like
Right.
we're all, most of us are, well, I don't say most of us, every woman in my tribe, every goal getter, we are all very mission driven and service-based driven, meaning like we want to grow our business for reasons. We want to have a higher quality of life. We want to be able to give more. Y'all, just, we live in America. We can't do that for $20,000 a year. We just,
No.
it don't work, you know? And it's like, I want to make sure that I'm able to leverage, you know, access that I've had. I mean, me being an engineer, managing $400 million pipeline projects, having exposure to see how big billion-dollar businesses build strategy, and literally being able to take the same methodology and apply it to small business to help them experience radical transformation. Like there needs to be more of us winning. There needs to be more of us making profitable businesses so we can give back and serve in our communities in a different capacity, but also to that legacy piece, to be able to pass something down to the next generation. And that's what it should be. That's what it should be about.
Right.
So
Sure.
just thanks for bringing that point up. Like, I'm not sure if you have anything else to touch on that topic, but I don't know if we hit.
I'm happy that you talked about the profitability piece, because that blew my mind. Because typically, like the Forbes articles, they don't mention that. They say, "Oh, it's a number one group of entrepreneurs, and we're starting businesses." But when I saw that we were not as profitable as male-owned firms or male-owned businesses, I was like, "Whoa, that breaks my heart. What's going on with that? Why does that exist? Why is that there?" And of course, there are probably various reasons why. But I know if I can see someone who looks like me or has the same like cultural background, or just a way that I can connect with another woman, and she's clearly breaking the mold, she's doing it. Okay, I need to figure out what's going on. And it's okay if I am not a coach or a strategist. I can take the lessons that you
Absolutely.
and apply them to my business. And oftentimes that's another mental hurdle that people have. They say, well, my business isn't like hers, so how am I going to do the same thing? Or how am I going to get the same results? And really the question, that's just, Jerisha, you talk about this a lot. When you talk about your body, the fear, you're trying to protect yourself. And so whenever you come to something like that, and when you start saying, well, I can't have the same thing that this person has because my business is different. When you start saying I can't, or that won't work for me, or one of the most dangerous things that you can say is, I already know that. I already know that. Okay, you don't need to say, I already know that. You need to say, okay, how can I take this information that has been shared with me that maybe I've heard a little bit the same before and flip it and apply it in a different way? Is there a reason why I'm hearing this yet again? Is the universe trying to speak to me? I'm hearing this message, but I'm not really hearing it the right way. And how can I take what has been told to me and apply it to my business for my good? Because we can always do business like somebody else could do. I can be like a boring attorney, and I can go work uptown in a high rise and then charge people $500 an hour. But is that going to attract the right and the ideal clients to me? Am I really suppressing who I am as a person? Can I not reference my lovely hip hop lyrics in my webinars? Like, can I not do it? Right. I want to still be who I am and really own that, and then learn how to not only be myself, but be profitable and have a business that I truly love, that I wake up just being excited about and getting there. So that's what I want. And I have that, but I know there's a better way. I can do things better. I know it.
And we all, like even though you're investing in myself, like one thing I love about our mastermind is we're going to have 6 Goal Getter Elite experts coming in to teach, because I don't have all the answers. I got some of the juice, but we need other juice flavors in the mix too, because I'm really good at helping you looking at how can you create multiple income streams? How do you build that strategy? How do you execute on it? But there's certain aspects, like I don't know it all. So I'm bringing in experts to come in and educate us. And they're all 6 and 7 figure business owners talking about, millionaire mindset, creating, 6-figure sales funnels, like true passive income, bringing in individuals to help us build the operational back end of our business. So I just love that you bring up that point that we can't do this alone, but at the same time, we can't. I don't have all the answers either, but everybody here will have a board of directors basically by the end of it, amongst who the experts are going to be, as well as the women who are in the group. Like, you're going to be fully supported on all aspects.
Right. That was one of the other major selling points too. When you said that I was going to be able to learn from other 6 and 7 figure business owners, I was like, okay, that's even more important. Like, because I already know my coach is really one of those people, a caliber of person like that. But then won't be able to get to learn from that many other people who have done it in a probably very different ways. I'm an excellent learner. I will sit there and I will just suck up all the energy and all the knowledge of that's invaluable to be able to sit somebody speak and learn, somebody who's done it and done it well. Like, a podcast ain't gonna do it, Okay, I can listen to a podcast or a little TED talk, but man, being able to not only hear from that person, but interact with them, ask them questions, ask them for one-on-one feedback. You can't get that type of interaction and relationship by not investing.
Let me go out and spill the juice on this too. Every guest expert that's coming in typically charges, good Lord, on average charges anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 a day. So there's one of the amazing women, she's $4,000 for a full day session, normally about $2,000 for 2 hours. Most of the experts that I have coming in around that range, where they're like about $1,000 an hour. There's 6 of them.
That's gonna be me one day. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, and I'm not saying that like as a sticker shock, but just to show like this is, some of these business owners are very frank too in regards to how they work with clients, and they don't even work. Some of them are really limited in working with clients who are not already multiple 6-figure earners. And they're very direct with that in their marketing, but we're getting to the space where we're going to be 6-figure owners, but they support women who have millionaire mindsets. So we may not be there yet, but they support these type of women. So just even the caliber of the experts that we're having coming in alone is worth, like, bare bones minimum value starting at about $12,000 just for the experts coming in by themselves.
I love it.
So I do want to talk about, because I know price is a huge thing. People are at different spaces in their business. They're at different spaces in regards to where they can invest and where they have invested. Joining Goal Getter Elite is definitely a high 4-figure investment.
Yeah.
I know for most people, it's like, ooh, good God. And I remember my first time I invested at that level, I'm like, Jesus. And the results, I made the money back. Like, the first time I joined a mastermind, I put down the down payment. It was $1,500 down payment. 2 days later, I made over $10,000 because it just made me play bigger. Right. It made me show up more. But I'm interested just for your personal experience. Because you were like, Jay, I'm in. I know it's not going to be cheap, but just tell me how much it is and I'm in. What was that thought process like? How were you able to have that conversation with your husband to make that a family decision? Just like kind of walk us through maybe people who are on the fence, like, but just your story on that.
Right. Well, it was very interesting because my husband is just, and Jerisha can attest to it, he's the sweetest guy and he's very supportive of me. So that was working in my favor. However, he is very much like, crazy lady, you wait a minute, what do you mean $6,000 for what? And we got a child, what are you talking about? And so I had to do my research, and it was almost like I felt connected to Jerisha, and I felt like it was the right thing to do. Like, and that was just probably my discernment from the Lord telling me that. But I also wanted to make sure that I did not do anything because I'm very serious about being submissive to my husband, not to the point where my husband tells me what to do. But if my husband says, Ticora, I don't get a good feeling about this, or I don't think this is right for my family, I would respect him. Because I know that he's not going to do anything to hurt us, And so I needed to have his blessing, and I knew I couldn't go behind his back and do something, even if someone's like, well, it's your law firm, you're earning the money. That's just not how it operates over here in the Davis household. And I knew that if I had him on my team and had his full support, that was going to make, it was almost even going to make the union of this, having a coach even more powerful. And so I shared it with him. I shared the price, and he was like, what? I was like, yeah, you know. And I said, well, listen, I'm going to get on call with Jerisha. We're going to talk. And so I ended up putting Jerisha on speakerphone. She was cool with it. And,
Absolutely.
you know, and we talked and we chatted, and, you know, I didn't know what he was going to say, but I shared with him even prior to the call with Jerisha what it meant to me, what I felt like I needed in my business, because several months prior, I'd actually made a smaller investment, but it was still a significant investment in a different program. And so that program certainly helped, but the ongoing one-on-one support, I didn't have that. And I felt like the type of person that I am, I needed that. And so that was another thing too. I had already invested in my business by a couple $1,000s. So, you know, once he heard Jerisha, he heard how we interacted. He heard what it was going to be like and the different things that I was going to learn, like the multiple six-figure earners. He saw the value in it. And I think it's important to have somebody who's also a visionary, because he knows where I'm going, and he sees in me what I don't always see, which is amazing. And so I think when you have somebody who could look inside of you and say, okay, you have this potential to retire me.
Baby, go ahead.
Right. You have this potential in you to really have this amazing business, but you just need help getting there. And I can't help you. You know, you might need someone else. Then that really helped. And I think I almost can't take credit for that because of just the type of person that he is. But I think that, I don't want to say you won him over, but he truly saw the value in what you do. And he was like, you guys are very similar. You know, he told me, like, y'all are very similar. That's going to work well, you know. And he knew you were, you know, a woman of God too, so that helped too. So all of those things worked in the favor. And ultimately, the type of life we want to have, and really we want to be debt free. We will be debt free, because it's very difficult to build wealth when you have a lot of debt. And I do from law school, and that's something that I hate because I feel like I'm holding my family back, even though he says I'm not. But I need to be able to do my part, or do whatever part that I possibly can to help create a legacy for my family. And that's what I want to do. People say, well, I'm just going to die with my student loans. I'm like, that's a lie from the pit of hell. I'm not going to die with student loans. I'm going to pay them off. I don't care how much they cost. They will be paid off, and paid off in a very short amount of time. And I'm going to be able to build that legacy for my family.
So what was the experience like? Because I know we set some income goals. You signed, you said I'm in for Goal Getter Elite. Like, what was that feeling like when you actually made that commitment and actually started thinking about your business at a bigger scale?
I think even when we talked about it and you were like, okay, Ticora, I want you to set this income goal of, X amount of dollars. I was like, the thing in my head was like, can you really do that? Like, can you really make X amount of dollars, be like $9,000 in the month of July. And I'm like, oh my God, I've never done that before. Like, a lot of people think I'm very confident, which I believe that I am. But man, like, that scared me. Like, can I do that? Like, can I do that? And I thought, yes, you can, because geez, the month prior you got 6,000, so you can definitely do a little bit better. And then just setting those goals are scary, honestly, because a part of it is I had this fear of failure that held me back for so long. But really just failure. Fear is just something we make up in our head. It's not like the boogeyman is not going to come get us, right? It's just this thing in our head. It does not freaking exist, but we make it this big to-do about nothing. And then I'm making space for it in my brain. And so when I have a self-defeating thought or a negative thought, I'm like, I don't have time for it. I capture it and I just kick it out. And so I'm learning that to have that millionaire mindset, I don't have time to entertain those thoughts. I don't have time to entertain, this isn't going to happen for me. No. I have time to say, okay, what am I going to do to make it happen? We're going to rock and roll with it. We're in July. We're well on our way. And then really paying more attention to my money, which I was not doing before. When you start setting these major income goals, and then you start looking at, okay, not only have I set this goal, I've met it, but then am I really making as much money as I think? What are my expenses? Now I need to look at my business in a different way. Even some of the books that Jerisha have taught us, not taught us, but told us to read, I've got them. I'm starting to consume them. I'm like, I'm not going to be a multimillionaire if I keep spending money like I'm bleeding, you know, like I really have to cut these expenses. So even that has been a renewal of the mind. And honestly, when you're a business owner, you're doing like 50 jobs. You know? You are everything. And so when you're everything and you're the accountant and the webmaster and the copywriter and the social media maven, and you are the person who's doing the videos and behind the videos and editing it, you honestly don't have time. Sometimes you feel like you don't have time to really work on your business. You're just trying. It's like from feast to famine. And I cannot keep going from feast to famine. I have to be strategic in this, in all things, in all areas, and work smarter.
Thank you for saying that, because I think a lot of us, we get in that. A lot of us are new in the business. Like, you're not even a year in yet. Like, you're just getting to 6 months. And at the beginning, a lot of us are the woman wearing many, many, many hats. But I think the beautiful thing that I've even especially learned while, I mean, you're a mom, that's a job completely in itself. While building a business, I work a 9 to 5 while building a business. It's all about not hustling harder, but hustling smarter. Right. And really wrapping your mind around the mindset that the less I work, the more I'll make. The less I work, the bigger my impact. Right. But in order for you to really do that, it's like you mentioned, it's all about leveraging your systems better, automating more. And for me, it's how I've been able to get to the point where I've been consistently making $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 in a month. It's about having multiple streams of income that are working. Like you said, my business is now serving me where I'm not doing in of service so much to my business. And so many of us start a business for financial freedom, but we end up becoming slaves to our own business and back into the exact thing that we were trying to get away from, because we're not properly building a business that actually is profitable, and that fully supports the lifestyle that we want to have. So just thank you for saying that. Like, can the house say amen on that note, please? Because I think, and that's like really the whole point of this mastermind, and really for you to be a 6-figure earner and a multiple 6-figure earner. Like, some people can hustle to that first 6 figures, but in order for you to get to that next level, you can't keep hustling hard. No. Like, you have to be building your team and creating better systems and automating your processes and understanding the operational back end of your business and making sure it's supporting you. And like the financial piece you mentioned, I didn't realize how many people don't pay attention to their finances. Like, that wasn't a part of the program, but it is now. Every time we meet, we are going to be talking about our finances.
Thank you. It's because it's something that, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I would, in the beginning, because I had a shoestring budget, I'm like, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. Nope, I don't need that. And I was making it work. When I hit like my first, 4 figures, and it was like a healthy 4 figures, like early in the year, I'm like, now I can get this, and this, right? And so, I mean, not that some of the things that I didn't need, that I purchased, I didn't need, but I probably could have been a little bit strategic about it. I could have maybe not invested so much money in certain things. And even I realized when I read the Profit First book, I had underpaid myself, and I'm really mad. Like, I'm really, really mad, because I'm like, I didn't realize I was supposed to be paying myself about $10,000 more. You
and me both. I read that book. I was like,
right. And I'm mad. Like, I haven't gotten over it. So, but I realized, I was like, my expenses are too high. I'm paying myself too little. I'm not putting money aside for taxes or profit. There were so many things just in that just reading that alone. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm running this business that if I'm saying I want to be a multi-million-dollar law firm, we're not going to get there in a healthy way and in a sustainable way if I don't get my finances underway. I feel like maybe this first year, this for me, is going to be putting the right foundation in place.
Absolutely.
I have to get everything, every little thing right, and be meticulous about it and be anal about it and invest in myself, because I'm telling y'all, this is going to be one of the top law firms in the country. It is not a game. And I believe that it's going to be the top law firm in North Carolina. I'm going to be the go-to intellectual property attorney in the Charlotte region, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. People are going to know me. I'm going to be at Essence. I'm going to be on panel speaking. I'm going to be a national speaker. All that stuff is happening. But y'all heard it first. But I'm telling you, because I see myself doing these things. I see it in my head. How am I going to get there? I don't know.
We're going to get there. We're going to create the strategy.
Right.
One step at a time.
Right. But if you have a vision, like, and God has been giving me a vision probably since for the past 10 years of me speaking in front of crowds of people. How, but he's given me that vision. It keeps coming up. So it's like, if I have that vision of myself, I'm responsible for making sure that I steward that vision and I really own it and I protect it and I figure out how am I supposed to get there. If God has given you like a vision or a dream for your business, you are responsible for what you've been charged to do. There are people that are assigned to your life that you're supposed to help through your business. And so it is your duty to make sure that you get there. And whether it's through the elite, the mastermind, or you becoming a member of the monthly program, or whatever it is that you're being called to do, I don't know. It may not even be Go Getter Group, but whatever it is, you have to really make sure that you're being responsible over the dreams that God has given you. And I know that. And I don't have time to sit here and try to figure it out by myself. I just don't. I'm too old. I have a baby. I'm like, and y'all, I'm a breastfeeding mother. Like, I make food for a child and I have to keep him alive. So, I have, and I rarely get a lot of sleep at night. So I have all these different things to make sure that I keep, going. And it's a lot as a mom, but I also know the type of life that I want for my family. I also know the type of mother I want to be, the type of wife I want to be. And you know what? Just the type of woman I want to be for me, not for those guys, not for my men, for me. I want to make sure that I can go and relax by myself and go to the spa and just do things for me, like, and have fun with my friends and spend time and cultivate those relationships and not get so caught up in the blessing, basically having a blessing of my business and then it turning into a curse. So I need to remain a blessing. And I just know that investing in myself is going to help me get there.
Oh, Ticora, you dropped so many gems. So many gems. Y'all go make sure you guys go follow her if you guys are not following her page right now, because she's the only lawyer I know who can talk trademark and trap music in the same webinar as well. So I'm putting that out there. Yeah. But really, I think the last question I would like for a lot of the people, because I know quite a few people who are watching have shown interest in Goal Getter Elite. They've been thinking about, okay, is this right for me? Is this right for me right now? If you knew, or somebody was at a point saying I'm considering Goal Getter Elite, but there's a little bit of hesitation. Really, what would you tell them to do? Or what would be your suggestion? And maybe kind of what helps you over that hurdle. I know we've been talking about this, but if you got to talk to another goal getter and say, this is, what would you tell them?
If you are hesitating, you felt almost, like I said, almost called or led to do it, and you're feeling a connection and you're like, gosh, I really need this, commit to it, do it. You will find a way. You will be challenged to find a way for the money. You don't have to pay it all up front. It could be a monthly thing, and that's it. Honestly, that's what I'm doing. I can't dish out all the money up front, but just the sheer mindset shifts. I'm telling you guys things, and I'll say this, and this is what I haven't shared with you, Jerisha.
Oh,
changing.
I'm ready. I love hearing your wins. I get so excited because when you win, I'm winning. So we just winning.
Yeah, and I mean, it hasn't. The deal hasn't came all the way through yet, but there's another attorney who contacted me, and she's a multimillionaire. She found me on Instagram, and she said, "I want you to handle my intellectual property portfolio. I want you to manage all of my IP. I want you to file my trademarks and copyright." She's got programs that she uses to educate other people. I'm like, wow, this is a woman who is a wonderful mentor for me. But this will be a huge amount of money when this deal goes through, and I'm believing that it will. But the fact that I started to just level up and play, and like Jerisha was like, you need to be posting on social media consistently. You need to make sure that you're doing and showing up. And the fact that I started showing up just on Instagram. Okay, most of the time I'm on Facebook. But I was like, let's level up Instagram. So I had my VA create posts for every single day and have the right hashtags. And she's like, oh, I found you on Instagram. And I'm like, what? And I just started doing that this past month. And I'm telling you guys, this woman is legit. So I'm like, wow. Just the fact of me stepping up in that regard. And even if it doesn't happen, even if she's like, you know what, you're not the right person for me, that lets me know I'm doing the right thing, because I caught the attention of somebody who has a great amount of wealth. If you are doing what you're supposed to do, you will serve kings and queens, right? You will serve people who are in power. And I feel like if we start taking the gems that people share with us, we'll be able to serve people in power. And so if you're on the line and you're on the fence, I would just say that you need to take a step back and ask yourself, can you afford to not level up your business for the next months? Can you afford not investing in yourself if the way that you've been doing business for the past 6 months of this year has not yielded the results that you want? If you are struggling, if you're going from feast to famine, are you prepared to do that for the remainder of this year? Because you are writing your own destiny. You just have to wait till next year to get into the second thing of Go Getter Elite if you then decide to be obedient. But if you can afford to do that and you're okay with struggling, if that's where you're at right now in your business, then okay, then that's going to be your legacy. But if you're like, okay, there's got to be a significant change that I can make and invest in my business, and I'm prepared to do it afraid, do it scared. And I'm telling you, the fact that you make a commitment, people are going to notice you. They're going to step up. They're going to seek you out. I'm just decreeing and declaring that over you guys. And then you'll be able to have the funds not only to pay for this, but also to pay for other things for your business and pay yourself. You have to learn. You have to invest in yourself. If not, I mean, when are you going to do it? When are you going to make the decision to do it? And that's just how I feel. Like, I just don't have the time, the luxury of the time. I have to be a good steward over my time. And part of doing that is just trying to figure out how I can lay the proper foundation in a short amount of time so that I can serve the people I need to serve. I have other attorneys that I need to employ. I have other people who are waiting to come into my law firm who want to start families or start businesses. I have other clients that I need to serve. I have people that I'm supposed to take care of in terms of blessing them financially, blessing them spiritually, blessing them educationally. I have people that I'm supposed to nurture that are assigned to my life. And I don't think, honestly, I can't do that for those people right now today. I can honestly say I can't because I'm not where I need to be in my business. But I believe truly in my heart of hearts, when I'm through this particular mastermind program, that I will be exactly where I'm supposed to be. Because y'all think 2017 was lit. Y'all saw me on VH1 in April. 2018 about to be bananas. Crazy. You know, it's going to be amazing only because I know that I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do to get to where I need to go. And that's what I would say. That's what I would share with somebody. Stop, dragging your feet. Make the investment in yourself.
Thank you, Ticora. People are in the comments like, go Ticora. Yes, you sound amazing. Get it, girl. Amen.
That's
like
Jesus choose.
Oh, I'm glad you ladies are really loving this. Like, I'm hearing this is fantastic. It's a wonderful thing to have a supportive husband. Like, people are over here loving this. I'm really glad you guys are enjoying this. Thanks, Micah. But I really wanted you guys to just get exposed to Ticora because I think she's 6 months into her business and like she's getting real results. Like, she's growing her business. And I think, well, one, you've already beat the norm of like what an average business owner makes, especially a Black female business owner makes in the first year in their business. Like, you're clearly about to, that's done.
Yeah.
The average entrepreneur who's a small business owner makes $40,000 in a year. And really, when you get to the point where you're making like over $60,000, $70,000 in a year in your business, like you're in that top 10%, that upper echelon.
Right.
This is like a motto of mine, but no ship will sink on my watch. When you join Goal Getter Elite, even if you're in Goal Getter Group, you get support. And the type of support Goal Getter Elite members is going to get is much more intimate. And y'all know I like to be all up in y'all business. Like, I know her husband, I know baby Miles, I'm the internet auntie. Like, one day I'm going to meet him in person and give the little schnookums, a big old hug and kiss. But like, you're not in this alone. And yes, times are going to get tough. Yes, it's not going to be easy. Yes, you're going to be called to like operate at a bigger level than you've ever been asked to operate at. Like, you're going to be called to serve in a greater capacity. But the beautiful part is like, you don't have to, I do a new quote every quarter. And my quote this quarter is, you're never going to be ready. You have to do it afraid. And that's why I loved when you said that. But the beautiful part of that is like, none of us are doing it afraid alone.
Oh God, right? Like, because normally that's what you're doing. You're just launching this business or you're building it by yourself. No community. And sometimes entrepreneurship can be so lonely. It really can, because you're a lot of times working by yourself, but having like people you can genuinely connect with, even if it is online, like, and connect with in a better way, as opposed not just, oh, we're talking on Facebook and making comments.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's going to be like, I'm in your face. I know Jerisha is going to be all over my business.
So, Linda, I did see your email. I've been, after I get off my call, I'm going to be sending out more info. So I wanted you guys to meet her, to see that this is a real woman who's getting real results, and we haven't even started yet. Also want you guys to see the caliber of women who are going to be in this program and who have already signed up. These are women who we're not playing small. Like, we have millionaire mindsets, and we're putting ourselves on track to get there. We're mission driven. We're God-fearing women. We are, we're here to create a bigger impact on the world and to leave a legacy, more importantly than anything else. So if y'all love her, like, one, go follow her. I will make sure, if it's not already in the comments, that you guys know where her stuff is. If you guys are in Goal Getter group, she's going to be presenting in a couple weeks, and her mastermind, her masterclass videos will be uploaded in the next day or two. And Micah, I'm not sure when round 2 is going to be yet. So we're going to see how round 1 goes. We start in August. It'll end of January. And then, thank you, Ticora. On it. Check out her website. I'm not sure when round 2 is going to actually start yet. I'm not sure if it's going to kick up right after, or what it's going to look like second go round. So more to come on that. But I want you guys just to see what it's going to be like to operate with women who are playing at a larger capacity. And just, Ticora, thank you so much for being honest, for sharing just what your experience has been like. And just, I appreciate it. I feel so loved.
Oh, well, you are. I love you. I really do. So
I'm excited. So if you guys do have additional questions, or if you're interested in getting more information about Goal Getter Elite, or if you're like, I'm in, let's talk about it and like get me signed up. I am closing doors for Goal Getter Elite on July 16th because I need to finish travel arrangements so we can all have our mansion mastermind retreat, which I'm so excited about. So like I said, we kick off with an in-person retreat. It's going to be a 2-day event where the women who are in Goal Getter Elite will be able to fly out, and they don't have to worry about anything once they get there. They'll be fed. They'll have a place to stay, but we're going to make our 6-figure strategies there in person. And then we're going to have 6 months of continued support, Goal Getter Elite experts coming in and training, and have bi-weekly mastermind calls, have implementation days, like full support for you to make sure that you can we create this multiple 6-figure business strategy. This is where we're going to take it. So I'm closing the doors on it on July 16th, just so we can lock it in and get the ball rolling. But the beautiful thing is, so that's just the mastermind. Like I said, guys, over $12,000 worth of training experts coming in, the bi-weekly meetings, implementation days. All the women also get bonus, my signature program, Fuck Fixed Income. That's another $1,500 value, but I want to make sure they're fully supported on every single playing field. So if you're looking for love and business support, you're going to probably get more of it than you need, but you'll get every drop that you need to get your business in order. So like I said, if you're interested in learning more, it will just let me know. Linda, your 9-to-5 travel is crazy. So one thing that is nice, because I know we're all busy. There's moms, there's 9-to-5ers in this. All of our calls will be recorded. And this is why I want to close doors on it on the 16th. So I know who the women are in the group, and we can create a schedule that best fits everybody's calendar. So I'm very conscious of that too. So once we nail down all the women in the group, we're going to do like kind of a roll call and see when is everybody available, what time works best on average. And that will be our meeting date. But all calls are going to be recorded. And like I said, you guys have full support of me. So if like somebody really needs help and they can't meet a weekly call, I'll just call you. Like, I'm already going to be up in your business. So Linda, yeah, the dates haven't been finalized for the 2-day event. It's going to be sometime in August. I'm thinking either like the 3rd or 4th week in August. So we'll nail that. Like I said, that's why I want to nail down the women who are going to be in the program so we can pick a weekend or the 2 days or whatever that best fits everybody in the group. Because I want to make sure everybody's in there in person. And there's just an amazing dynamic that happens like when you get to meet in real life. Like, I can't wait to meet you for real, for real.
I know.
And I'm kind of sad you can't bring Miles, but
I'm going to like hug the crap out of you. It's going to be.
I know. I can't wait. So If you guys want more info, like Linda, I'm going to be sending you an email just in just a moment here. And then if anybody else needs info, just shoot me a private message. Or like I said, you can click the link in the title of this description and just schedule a discovery call if you know you're serious about it. But like I said, Ticora, just thank you for being honest, for sharing what your experience has been like even before the program started, and just why you chose to invest at this level. It is a higher level. And like I said, ladies, if you have more questions, feel free to reach out. If you need somebody to do get your trademarking together, help you with intellectual property, if you need contract templates for your services, for your digital products, quit playing and go call her. Stop going to Fiverr and downloading these free contracts. Protect yourself.
Right. Y'all need to stop that.
Quit playing and go get the lawyer juice over here, okay?
Yes, please.
Go get, please. So just thank you guys again. I will make sure I will talk to you guys soon, and I know I'll be hearing from more of you in the coming days to join Goal Getter Elite. So looking forward to chatting with you guys. Thanks again, Ticora.
You're welcome.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, y'all.